This is my walk, and so today we're going to be talking about understanding value. I'll put up the full article info. The author is Amaka, and that's shortened. Her name is shortened. That's her nickname. Again, all her information will be in. Her article was in issue 5. So we talk a lot about value versus cost and understanding the difference between cost and value. So Amaka says basically value is based on the person receiving the product or service. How do they see it? How do they like it? How do they feel about it? Is it their thing? And so that's what value is based on. A lot of times we don't look at it from the other person's perspective, and she's saying we must. So you basically have to get to know the person. You have to get to know your target market basically. Where do they shop? Who are their friends? What do they like to do in their spare time? What they hang out doing? Do they prefer cheap stuff? And I shouldn't use the word cheap. Do they prefer low cost, or they're willing to spend money on higher value, one of a kind? What is it that what do they find value in? So for example, another thing that you can look at in terms of value is the fact that how you handle yourself will actually impact their perception of value that you're giving to them. For example, so let's say they like eco-friendly stuff, but then there's nothing, and I shouldn't say eco-friendly stuff, they don't live it, but what am I looking for? They don't live it, but they practice some sort of eco-friendly, and then they're not seeing where you're doing anything eco-friendly related. That's going to affect your relationship with them and their value and the value that they place on what it is that you're selling. Another thing is, when you're thinking about value for your customers, that's the sun. When you're thinking about value for your customers, be reminded it's not about you, it's about them. So my mom she loves to shop, and she'll shop for bargain, and she'll buy quality stuff, but she'll buy them when they're on sale or whatever it is, and she really goes for quality. But here's the thing though, the other day she was working on something and she had a hard time pricing it at a particular cost, because she just felt bad. She wouldn't buy it for that price. Market should buy it. She just wouldn't buy it for that price. She'd buy it for cheaper. She'd wait until it's cheaper and all that jazz. And I'm saying to her, you're not your own target market. So what you're selling has great value, and people love it. People love your stuff. However, there was an accident at this intersection some time ago. My sister has warned me to stop walking the road because of it. Actually, she warned me before that. I think I want to go down this road right here. Can I cross over? Yeah, it was a drunk driver. A lady and her 3 kids died. So horrible. Like honestly, I'm worried about the dad who's left behind, the husband. He's lost his entire family, and I honestly pray for him and ask God to just keep him. Okay, so I'm gonna put you on hold for a little bit because I need to stop this and cross the road. Okay, sorry, where was I? I was stopped for such a long time. That's a really major intersection, and I usually drive down this area. I never walk, and so look at that. wonder what they're going to plant over there, or what they've planted in the past. I know what's a plan for it. Anyway, I usually don't walk down this area, and so okay, let's turn you here so that we're not in anybody's path. So what was I saying? Okay, so recognizing that your customer, what their value is not necessarily your value. And I feel like as long as you understand what their value is, I feel like that's what matters. So everybody won't like the same thing, but they'll value. All of your customers won't like the same thing, but their values will be similar. That's a good wonder. Like, so should your values align with your customers' values? That's so interesting. Because I am not. Here it is. Residential homes that will be over there. Okay. So here's the thing. I understand the importance of recycling and all of that jazz. And I am not anti-science. I get it. But I don't. If there's a list of things for me to do to sort things out, that would not be at the top of my list. So right now, for example, my envelopes, the envelopes that we use to mail things out, they're recyclable because I recognize that some of our customers, that's what they want. And so I'm willing to give them what they want and what matters to them. However, it wouldn't be at the top. Like, so I can't say that we're eco-friendly. We're eco-friendly products because we're not. We do magazines, right? We actually print stuff. So this is a interesting thought. I have to go look it up. Tell me what you think. Does my customers' values have to align with my values? Because the thing about it is, honestly, I am not my target market. You're not. You should never look at yourself as your target market. You should look at yourself as a conduit to providing value, right? So you understand what your customer wants. So it's windy. You hear that wind? You understand what your customer wants, but there's a but. And be able to give your customer what they want. And understanding your customer means you have to have conversations with your customers. So it's one thing to have conversations, because my friends and family will support me at the initial stages, right? But they'll support me at the initial stages, but will they be buying from me every month? Maybe not. So in that case, I now need to focus on the people who are going to be buying from me every issue, every month. Those are the people I need to understand, figure out who they are, where they are. And by going do networking events. Networking. So doing networking events, having conversations with them, making some phone, literally doing cold calls, just to understand, what would you do? What would you do? Doing surveys. Where do you live? What area? Not necessarily, the street address, but what is it that you look for when you're looking for certain things? Are you a magazine reader? And a lot of this you can find online, but it's also good to get some personal information. Okay. So more homes being built. Okay. So value, understanding value. So I need to recap. I need to say this again. Understanding that there's a difference between cost and value. So understanding value, you're giving your customer value. So here's the thing, right? If you understand your customers, if you understand value, you will know that one target market is willing to pay $1,000 for a hairstyle, while another target market is not willing to pay more than $50 because of the value that they place on their hairstyle. So that is what it is in terms of value, recognizing and understanding value, over cost. Okay, so I'm gonna end this one here, and there's so much more that you could delve into in terms of value. What do you value? What is it? Is it the same thing as what your customers value? But yeah, value. Okay, so I'm gonna end my talk here. I hope you walked with me. I hope you enjoyed all of this, because I do. I'm really enjoying it. I'm enjoying my process. I'm enjoying my growth, my change, my whole shebang. So remember to like, share, subscribe, and there's that little button up top that allows you to get notifications. So do that one as well. Click on that one as well. And leave a comment to tell us what you want to hear me talk about. And just in case you're catching us at the tail end of it, this is the ramblings of an entrepreneur. But it's based on other people's information that they have written or that I've read or learned over the last little while. All right, see you on the next video.